Welcome on OPC TV, where we promote the cultural heritage of the people. I am Opeyemi Olugbemi. Last week, the president of the Odua People's Congress, Prince Osibote, alongside with some OPC members and OPC TV crew, visited the land of Igboho, the Oyo State capital, after the Fulani herdsmen attack. Now, in honor of General Jemi Benwa, retired general, and Oni of Ife, Ojaja II, the president of Odua People's Congress paid a condolence visit to the families of the bereaved of those lives lost during the Igboho killings. He visited the town and the monarch, paying a general visit to everyone in the area. In an exclusive interview with arisetv and OPC TV, the president, our Prince Osibote, talked deep about the state of insecurity in Nigeria. Let's join Prince Osibote as he talks about the insecurity.
Very quickly, the visit to Igboho in Oyo State. Could you give us an idea of what transpired, what your team observed, and what you think the people of the Southwest need to do to ensure better security for their people?
Thank you again. My visit to Igboho, it's not by coincidence, it's a situation. And then the first person that called me that midnight is a young man that lives in Igboho. His name is Wale Musa. That have I spoken to Kabis? I said no. Then the next morning, General David Medaishi now called that I should go. That I should remember his relationship with your people. Well, by and large, I witnessed what happened that midnight because the young man put his phone on and we are seeing what was going on there. It's bizarre. It is sad in a country of ours, seeing such thing happening with the level and amount of money we are pumping in on security. This shouldn't have happened. The government needs to do a lot. A lot needs to be done.
Yes, indeed. But I want to talk about the undercurrent. The tragedy of the 11 people who were killed is bad enough as it is, but there's a more disturbing undercurrent. People feeling that it's an attack on the Southwest, that the Southwest is at war. Do you agree with that? And at war with whom?
That's deep. I don't think there's any war going on. It depends on how you look at it. Because the current situation, all this can be prevented if the agency gets on their feet and do the needful. There should be institution and there should be managers who knows how to manage the affair of security. Security should not be contract. Security is not business as usual. It's entire thing, and it's not things to be discussed on national TV. It is only in our country we see people come on national TV, on daily news, discussing security measures. It shouldn't be this.
Okay. Everywhere in the world, people discuss security on national TV and world TV, really. And because of the peculiarity of the matter.
It depends.
No, I mean, everywhere in the world, all the media houses, people discuss security on TV. It's a very pertinent issue. If that's not the case, Iraq war would not be shown live on television. So we've seen wars on television and they make war documentaries. If that's the case, we'll not have war reporters. But I want you to make me understand. I mean, like Tundu talked about, the matters underneath, the peculiarities. Sunday Igboho too went to that same place. And they said he was turned back. I don't know, confirm or debunk that story. Because all of this has started to brew in Igboho. And it's the OPC talking with Sunday Igboho as regards this.
I didn't get that again, please. I didn't get you.
Okay, Tunde made mention of underlying factors on ground. We cannot remove Sunday Igboho from all of this too. He went there as soon as that incident happened in Igboho. There were reports, you can confirm otherwise, that he was turned back. Can you take us through what has happened? And have you guys been talking to Sunday Igboho on all of this happening in Igboho?
Well, for Mr. Chief Sunday Igboho, for the government or whoever turned him back, I have no information to that. And for them to have turned him back, probably the system have their own reasons for doing such. We cannot speak for them, and I'm aware of this. Having said that, I had it, but I did not verify it because I don't know anything about his visit. Neither do we discuss his visit before going there.
Well, very quickly, Ari, let's turn that question around. What is the level of collaboration between the OPC and the group led by Chief Sunday Adeyemo, that's his real name, popularly known as Sunday Igboho? And is the OPC in support of the Igboho group proposing an Oduduwa nation that will stand alone, secede from Nigeria? What is the position of the OPC as regards, the Yorubas leaving Nigeria?
Ruben, thank you. You and I knows better where you come from, and I'm sure you don't want a visa to come back to Ijebu. You don't need a visa to come back to Ijebu. Neither do I want a visa to visit you in South. As for Chief Sunday Igboho, the agitation is right. I cannot fault him because everyone is entitled to his own opinion. By and large, for us to stand alone, it takes a lot. We have to look backward and we have to look forward. And we have to wait. A lot of things needs to be put into consideration. But as far as Yoruba nation, I'm proud to be in Nigeria. I'm proud. I don't want war, and I'm sure nobody wants war. Because the price of war is too heavy. And if you want to see further, see what happened recently in Libya. Libya is fantastic within the West Africa, and within Africa as a continent. War, little thing, trigger another thing, and I don't think we need war. But at the same time again, what Chief Sunday Igboho is doing, I'm not part of it, I'm not aware of it, and I'm not part of the foundation. So I cannot just jump and get involved with what I don't know the foundation.
Right, that's a... Do you want to...
Yeah, but the point I was making, I wanted to know, what is the level of collaboration between Sunday Igboho and the OPC? You will recall that initially there was some kind of disaffection between Sunday Igboho and ganiadams, the overall leader of the OPC. There was an attempt to make peace. Within the rank and file, has that percolated, has that been extended down the line? Are the two leaders, ganiadams and Sunday Igboho, are they working together now? And in what regard?
Again, I have no information to that. I only read it on the national dailies, whatever is going on between them. And then as for Chiefs, I know ganiadams very well. And Sunday Igboho is also Fashion's at one time fashion son. I know that, I recognize that. And I think I saw Sunday Igboho 2001 or 2000 when we went for Yoruba Constitutional Conference at Ibadan. And that's it. But as far as the agitation is concerned, collaboration, Sunday Igboho is in touch with some of our boys, but for me, I've not heard from him.
Right. So what's your assessment so far of the Western Nigeria security network, codenamed Amotekun, in terms of training, equipment, the command structure? How efficient has it been? And if you have any, suggestions on how it could be improved?
On the Amotekun issue, January 9th, 2019, I made my position clear on this day on Amotekun issue. And again, I don't think my view or my take on it should be something that needs, because you see, when I say certain things are not meant for national TV, what I'm saying is this: there are some measures that are not need to be discussed in the public. But events, what happens should be discussed. But measures, security measures, should not be discussed publicly. The Amotekun guys, they are trying, some of our boys are there. But again, if not for Professor Wole Soyinka, my stand, I don't think I will change my mind, because I falter the Southwest governors on the way they went about it. But for the Prof involvement with his level of influence and education, I have no choice than to bow. But if the government needs to do if they need assistance, OPC are there to collaborate strictly on security.
Okay, strictly on security collaborations. But I also throw in another name in this conversation. If you've not spoken to Sunday Igboho in a while, Professor Stephen Adebanji Akitoye is another Yoruba elder that slants on the line of Sunday Igboho. Have you spoken to that professor, or has the OPC engaged Professor Akitoye?
Mr. Robert, thank you again for the question. Again, you see, you know better, and I'm very sure you have more deep inside information on agitation. You are not a novice. For me to reach out, for me to sit with you, we must be on the same page. And then when we talk in terms of agitation, who are you? What are you agitating for? And what do you stand for? Baba Banji Akitoye is a professor, he's a one-time senator. I respect him, but I'm more close to late Alhaji Jakande. And he's the only one that I share his view after late Dr. Beko.
Well, I know there are factions in the OPC, even if the goals, the objectives are similar. Which of the factions do you belong to? Is it a fashion faction, or the ganiadams faction, or your own group stands on its own? Because that will help us to understand what is going on. And beyond that, what do you think of the security situation in the country, beyond the situation in the Southwest? Do you think that the Buhari administration is doing enough or making enough effort to address the security challenge in Nigeria?
Thank you once again. As far as OPC is concerned, you know it, I know it. Afenifere gave birth to Nadeko. While Nadeko is in action, the late Dr. Fashion and 5 others. However, Fashion conceived and gave birth to Odua People's Congress. You know it, Mr. Abati. And Fashion wrote a book while he was alive on this. Of course, anybody can write whatever he likes. But we knew Fashion's age. If I'm right, Fashion is close to 56 years old when he founded OPC, and is a full medical doctor by profession. A sound one indeed. And now, I inherited the organization he founded. I wasn't voted in. Fashion handed over his organization to me. I'm not a bread seller. No, I'm a wheelbarrow pusher who he found on the street or he discovered on the street. My office to his office, then in Mushin. I grew up in Mushin. I'm a Mushin boy. When you say moonshine, we're just a 5 minutes walk. And where he lives, he built it 86 or 82, I built mine 89. So you can see the relationship. I don't want to go more in details or to give credit to myself. I inherited the organization Dr. Fashion founded. Now, in terms of security, I think the president of Nigeria, the president of Federal Republic of Nigeria and commander-in-chief of the Federal Armed Forces, President Muhammadu Buhari, before he came into power, the impression everybody have is what he said in terms of security, and he will go back to resolve unresolved murders and corruption. These two things makes me to go all the way. I didn't vote for APC, I voted for President Buhari because of his antecedents. But by and large, when he got there, I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm totally disappointed in the president's attitude. Of course, his recent interview with Mr. Abati, I felt a little bit comfortable, because I can feel that he still displayed that he's in charge. Because he said before he leaves, we'll have reason to thank him. But having said that, if you look, Southwest, North, East, they don't like the president. They don't like him.
You were saying that you are disappointed with regard to the performance of President Buhari so far. But the president continues to insist, even this week, that he will do what he has to do and speak to those who are trying to, sabotage Nigeria in the language that they will understand. And he still has, a few more months to be able to do that. Are you optimistic that he will be able to deliver before the completion of his tenure?
Well, with your last interview with him, the body language is very clear, and I still have confidence in the man. In terms of corruption, I believe in him. I still believe in him. With your interview, after your interview.
Right. Okay, you just referred to how...
Let me
I thought you'd finished speaking.
Please go ahead.
Okay. See, the president is not the problem. Are you getting? I don't see the president has a problem. I see the lieutenants, his assistants are the problem. Nigerian presidency is not an easy task. I'm talking from my experience in 1999 when Baba got into the villa. There is a lot of games in there. I don't see the man as a problem. He has senators, he has ministers, he has governors, he has other security chiefs. What are they doing? Are they playing lip service? If they see what other Nigerians are seeing, they should have resigned. Be a man. They have their children in the Western world. We see where a governor who wants to sell the ticket of Obama is still in prison. How many governors in prison? Anyway, thanks to Nuhu Ribadu. Nuhu Ribadu was able to send few people, and I believe Buhari will still do it before he leaves. And if the president did this, at least he has done well. We want to see a lot of them on their nails. And I believe the president, as an individual, I don't think he's a corrupt man. I don't think so.
Well, point well made, except that
people's opinion matter.
Yes, and one of the opinions being expressed out there is that Nigerians did not vote for President Buhari's lieutenants or aides. They voted for him, and the buck stops at his desk, and he should be the one to be blamed for whatever omissions Nigerians may have seen. Tondo.
Well, that leads me to my next question. You were talking about how Dr. Fashion bequeathed OPC to you, and you are now the president. Therefore, whatever OPC does, you will be blamed. Nobody's going to absolve you and blame your lieutenants. But I wanted to ask you about just an overview of the whole body from its inception, its history, and how, under your watch, it is evolving to meet the current challenges Nigeria is facing.
Thank you again, madam. I took over, it's an organization well over 27 years. And then a lot has happened. And a lot of people are in the Congress with different mindsets. OPC is bigger than what people think. And at the same time, as a leader, you need to tread carefully so that you don't find yourself in a different situation you don't want to. Because OPC, remember, we're a socio-cultural group. In OPC, we have Christian, we have Muslim, and we have the Metalocons. And on a political issue, we have all political parties members in OPC. As a leader, I must be neutral. I will only affiliate and recognize any structure that is willing to assist my member. Remember, most of our members are less privileged. But what you see is the political class taking advantage of us. Just get 3-4 people together, little coins in their pockets, making troubles here and there. And I kept asking questions. The trouble you are making, who are you making trouble with? I think during the last election, someone contacted me, Igbo have to go. I said, go to where? They are not going anywhere. Nigeria belongs to all of us. OPC is not the Omonide that sold lands to Igbo. OPC is not the governor or the government that gives CFO to them. And you that wants to drive them, you want to go to America, you want to go to London, and you want to be their citizen. I think we are making mistakes, and then most of the problem we're having is lack of discipline. And even our allies, even the political class, they are not disciplined. Some of them find themselves where they are not even supposed to be.
Okay. Okay.
And their mentality is totally different.
Okay, sir. Prince Osibote, 2 quick questions. You're talking about the emergence of the OPC. You said your house was close to Frederick Fashion house. And you went further to make a statement, your words, not mine, that we are not truck pushers. We are not street urchins. We had a close relationship with Frederick Fashion. He built his house at number 86. I built my house at number 89. Who are the truck pushers or the street urchins? I'd like to hear your clarification on that statement. Secondly, just hang on a minute.
Okay,
just hang on a minute, sir.
We have less than 2 minutes.
We have less than 2 minutes.
We have less than 2 minutes to end this segment.
Nadeko wrote a letter recently. What's your reaction to the letter Nadeko wrote, an open letter? So those 2 questions, sir.
Well, the letter, I did not see the letter, so I cannot react to that. And the statement I made, that I didn't say we, I said me, I as a person. Fashion did not discover me on the street. I'm not a cat pusher. I'm referring to myself as an individual, not we.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Well, Chief Osibote.
Thank you.
Do you think that all the groups saying that they will protect the southwest of Nigeria will be able to do so? And protect southwest against what? Against who? We have less than a minute.
Well, it is the government responsibility, and it's the government that's supposed to protect the citizens. Citizens are not supposed to protect the government.
No, the citizens in the southwest, in the southeast, they're saying they are protecting themselves. What do you say to that?
How?
No, that's why you
We
have...
are not bigger than the government.
That's why you have the OPC. That's why you have the Igboho group.
Sir, we are not bigger than the government. Whatever we want to do, we still have to work with the government. And we have to get their permission. We cannot take law into our hand.
Well, thank you very much, Prince Osibote, President of the Odua People's Congress, for joining us this morning.
All right, that was the worldwide president for OPC, Odua People's Congress, Prince Osibote, giving his take on the insecurity issue in Nigeria. He addressed Buhari to take the bull by the horns in dealing with the insecurity issues in the country. Thank you very much. Till we meet again.